We'll go ahead and give you a warning about the overprescribed antibiotics,
Here we go.
because that's also a bad thing. Let's see, this one is from silencedaily.com. When patients request or demand an antibiotic, even when it is unlikely to help, a physician might be tempted to give in and write a prescription, especially if they're working in a busy setting like the urgent care or emergency department. However, a major new study by researchers at Intermountain Health and Stanford University finds that overprescribing and inappropriate prescribing amount of antibiotics is not only leading to antibiotic resistance, but also causing significant patient harm. It is one of the most comprehensive studies to document the impact of antibiotic overuse in clinical practice.
Really?
Every year, there are enough outpatient antibiotics prescribed in the US just to cover 80% of the population. A new study
Wow.
published of the Journal of Internal Medicine examined 51 million patient encounters over a 15-year period and focused on upper respiratory infections where antibiotics were known to be prescribed 50% of the time.
Okay.
Researchers found that the most dangerous antibiotics were rarely indicated and commonly used, leading to 1 in 300 of those patients experiencing side effects dire enough to require a follow up doctor's visit or even hospitalization.
Okay. So they're taking too much antibiotics? Huh. Okay. Well, you figure 80% of the country, and that's a lot of antibiotics that are just given out willy nilly. And then you have like all of the ones you get for agriculture. And that's where I get most of mine at because you don't need a prescription over there. You can just buy them, tell them you're going to put them in a fish tank or something.
Yep, there you go. Oh, let's see. Researchers found that okay, got that. The study was one of the few studies large enough to estimate serious but rare adverse events such as potentially deadly diarrhea infection.
Oh, yeah. That
Nice.
doesn't sound good.
No,
A
good luck.
diarrhea infection.
With previous studies showing that 34 million unnecessary antibiotic prescriptions annually in the US, this translates to real harm to many patients and their families. These findings underscore that inappropriately giving patients antibiotics is causing real and widespread harm, said Harris Carmichael, MD, principal investigator of the study and hospitalist at Intermountain Health in Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
Having these kinds of side effects for 1 in a few hundred or even 1,000 patients may not seem like a lot, but when you look at this problem in a population health level, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of adverse events severe enough that these patients need additional care from a doctor.
Yep.
This means time off work and school for families, unnecessary doctor visits, and risks serious infections that can last for months or years.
Or forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
In retrospective study, researchers in the Intermountain and Stanford reviewed insurance claims that from the Clinformatics Data Mark database. Using data from Medicare Advantage and other and commercial insurance patients in all 50 states, inpatient and outpatient administrative chart claims, pharmaceutical claims, and patient demographics for beneficiaries between December 2002 and December 2017, they found 50.9 million claims for upper respiratory infections, including, I know that one, laryngitis, bronchitis, and the common cold, representing 23 million unique patients. Let's see. Researchers then identified instances where patients did and did not receive oral antibiotics for a upper respiratory infection, and if the patients were diagnosed with either diarrhea, candida, all these fucking medical terms, god damn it,
Yeah.
candidiasis,
That's yeast infection.
ugh, yummy, um, that one, infection, or a mix of these side effects thereafter. Found that 62.4% of the upper respiratory infection patients filed a prescription for an antibiotic, consistent with prior studies of this population. Following their initial visits, 26% of those patients had a follow-up outpatient visit within 14 days.
All right. All right. You don't have to keep reading this one. This is way too dry.
Yeah.
This is medical lingo. And again, I'm just giving you the information so you can make your own decisions.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Medical mumbo jumbo that I do not know how to pronounce, so I apologize for that.
That's all right.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.